Hey, that's crazy. You in there with blood?
I said, I know you're a rich ass __, but if you need anything, you know I got you. For the first time, the OTF leader partially acknowledged that he might need some saving, especially from Quando Rondo affiliates who rumors say attacked him in jail. We're about to find out what really happened inside Lil Durk. If you have been living under a rock, you might not be aware of the rivalry that has plagued these two drill rappers, Lil Durk and Quando Rondo, since 2020. Although Lil Durk and Quando Rondo have managed to survive several attacks over the past 4 years, their recent arrest and incarceration have heightened fear for his safety because the The FBI indictment against Lil Durk, alleging he was the mastermind behind a murder-for-hire plot that killed Quando Rondo's cousin, Lil Tim, has put the Chicago rapper in a tight spot. Reports of a possible reprisal attack against Durk have continued to surface in the past few days amid these rumors. Jail, where he was being held, not only houses several dangerous criminals, but many of them are allegedly connected with Quando Rondo's arch-enemy. Jail to a California prison under protective custody. As word of Durk's transfer spread on social media, rumors of a jail incident involving the rapper began to circulate. Authorities swiftly moved the All My Life rapper to a safer location. The reports only made the tense atmosphere. Before the audio clip surfaced, not much was known about the user who shared it, but a quick search of his Instagram account revealed posts linking him to Durk's OTF record label. He was being received well by other inmates, debunking suggestions that he was kept in protective custody. The phone call quickly went viral, raising even more questions from fans who doubted the authenticity of the recording and the motive behind its release. And there are images of him posing with Booker 600 and Durk personally. Despite this relationship, many fans were still critical of the leak and questioned why the user would release the call during an ongoing investigation into Durk's alleged involvement in the murder-for-hire case. Fans were particularly alarmed by a part of the recording where the caller could be heard telling Durk, "We ain't never moved our money except for that first time." To Kill Quando Rondo fans considered this remark extremely careless, as it could provide further evidence to be used against the rapper. Additionally, fans argued that sharing details about Durk's situation in jail could put him at greater risk. With confirmation that Durk isn't under protective custody, his enemies might now be more motivated to plan an attack against him. If there's one thing fans have learned about rivalries in the drill rap scene, it's that ups never miss an opportunity. Lil Tim, a close friend of Quando Rondo, was originally arrested for King Von's murder in 2020 before the charges were dropped 3 years later. Lil Tim's response took many by surprise when asked by the host on the possibility of Lil Durk facing the death sentence for her alleged role in LPB's death. Would feel if Lil Durk were sentenced to death over Lil PB's murder, Lil Tim responded. I feel like in my head, I just put it like that, what God wanted to happen. It mean too much. How much I really feel about it, I'll just be like that, what God wanted to happen. Tim added that if Durk were found innocent, he would still accept it as part of God's plan, emphasizing that God ultimately decides everything. Later in the interview, when asked if he would feel the same way if Durk were sentenced to life in prison, Tim offered a more empathetic response. He said, "Because I don't wish jail on nobody. I'm not the type of person who would be like, I hope he never gets out or anything like that. I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person who wishes jail on nobody because I wouldn't want anybody to wish jail on me." For those who have followed Lil Durk's feud with Quando Rondo, it comes as a surprise that Lil Tim has chosen a path of peace over the past half-decade. Both camps have struggled to hide their hatred for each other, often trading insults and threats on social media or through diss tracks. While some fans believe Tim's peaceful stance might be a facade, others argue that Durk's current legal troubles serve as a warning for rappers to clean up their acts or risk ending up in jail. The year 2024 was shaping up to be the biggest and most successful year of Durk's career after winning a Grammy for his track All My Life. He was recently honored with the keys to the city by Broadview Mayor Katrina Thompson and Bellwood Mayor Andre Harvey. Sadly, in a shocking turn of events, rapper Lil Durk is facing serious federal charges following accusations that he orchestrated the murder of a man named Rondo in retaliation for the 2020 death of his close associate King Von. According to reports, Lil Durk allegedly placed a bounty on Rondo's life, prompting a group of 5 men to carry out the deadly plot. These individuals, Con London, Grant DeAndre, Dondrell Wilson, David Bryan, Lindsey Keith Jones, and Asa Houston, are said to have tracked Rondo to a gas station where they opened fire on him. All 5 men are alleged to have connections to Durk's OTF Only the Family crew, a well-known collective within the rap world. These 5 men now face a series of federal charges, including conspiracy to commit murder for hire, committing murder for hire resulting in death, and the use of a machine gun during a violent crime that led to the loss of life. These serious allegations have sent shockwaves through both the music industry and the wider public, given Lil Durk's status as one of the most successful and influential figures in contemporary rap. On November 15th, Lil Durk appeared in court where he pleaded not guilty to all charges. This court appearance marked a significant moment in the ongoing legal battle, with the rapper maintaining his innocence in the face of the grave accusations. The court scheduled a detention hearing on December 12th to determine whether Durk would be granted bond, and a full trial is set for January 2025. If convicted on the charges, the rapper could face the possibility of life in prison, the maximum sentence under federal law for such serious crimes. The case has attracted widespread media attention, particularly following Durk's initial court appearance in Florida on October 25th. U.S. Attorney Martin Estrada wasted no time in issuing a pointed statement underscoring the severity of the alleged crimes. Estrada described Durk's actions as orchestrating a cold-blooded murder, one that not only led to the tragic death of a rival but also put countless others at risk, as the shooting occurred in a busy public area. Estrada emphasized the destructive nature of violent crime, noting how it devastates communities and vowing that the government would show zero tolerance for such brutal acts of violence. The investigation into Lil Durk's involvement in this case began well before his formal arrest, according to FBI officials. Al Davis, the assistant director in charge of the FBI's Los Angeles field office, revealed that the bureau had been quietly gathering evidence for several months. Their efforts uncovered disturbing details that allegedly linked Durk to the crime, further complicating his legal situation. Davis stressed the FBI's commitment to holding individuals accountable regardless of their fame or status, making it clear that no one is above the law. The investigation intensified following the tragic death of LPB, an individual with ties to the case, and the FBI made it clear that they were committed to uncovering the truth. No excuse can justify this violent act, Davis stated, reinforcing the Bureau's dedication to bringing those responsible to justice. He also emphasized the fact that while those involved might have thought they could evade justice, the FBI was methodically piecing together the facts and building a case that would ultimately lead to their downfall. This type of meticulous, patient investigation is often how law enforcement brings even the most elusive criminals to justice. The legal troubles facing Lil Durk represent a significant turning point in the rapper's career. Known for his gritty, street-inspired music, which often reflects the harsh realities of life in Chicago, Durk's rise to fame has been marked by controversy, and this case only adds to his tumultuous public image. The charges against him are not only a personal blow but also a major scandal for the wider hip-hop community, as it shines a spotlight on the dangerous intersection of violence and fame. In the coming months, as Durk prepares for his trial, the legal and public battles will undoubtedly intensify. His fate hangs in the balance, and the rapper's supporters and critics alike will be watching closely as the case unfolds. For now, the music world is left grappling with the implications of a superstar being caught in such serious legal trouble, raising questions about the power, influence, and dangers associated with fame in today's rap scene. Local law enforcement, the 5 hitmen involved in the murder-for-hire plot, were arrested in the Chicago area. The news of their arrest and the subsequent 4-count federal grand jury indictment alleging their roles in the plot sent social media into a frenzy as fans speculated whether Lil Durk would be next. The rapper seemingly caught wind of the FBI's plans and allegedly set a plan in motion to flee the country and outsmart the feds. On the same day, the 5 men connected to his OTF crew were arrested. Lil Durk reportedly booked multiple international flights in a desperate attempt to escape US jurisdiction. These included 2 one-way trips to Dubai and Switzerland, which he presumably used as a decoy since he never boarded the flights. However, the FBI discovered that Durk had also booked a private jet to Italy. He was arrested near the airport in Miami just an hour before the plane was scheduled to take off, according to the indictment. Lil Durk is described as the leader of the Chicago-based rap group Only the Family. OTF law enforcement alleges that OTF operates as a gang where members commit violent acts, including murder and assault, under Durk's direction to maintain their status within the group. The feud between Durk and Quando Rondo reportedly stems from the November 6, 2020 murder of King Va, a close friend of Lil Durk. Va was shot and killed by an associate of Rondo, leading Durk to blame Rondo for his death. Allegedly, this incident fueled Durk's plot for revenge, where he placed a bounty on Rondo's life and recruited individuals he trusted to carry out the plan. On August 19, 2023. Several OTF members and associates used 2 vehicles to track and follow Quando Rondo around Los Angeles for several hours. The pursuit culminated in a shooting at a gas station near the Beverly Center Mall. The co-conspirators reportedly fired at least 18 rounds at Rondo's vehicle, striking and killing LPB, who had been riding with Quando Rondo that day. Court documents revealed that investigators linked Lil Durk to the murder-for-hire plot through several transactions and purchases made using money from Durk or OTF-related accounts. For example, bank and flight records show that an OTF member paid for flight tickets for 5 co-conspirators to travel from Chicago to California on the day before the fatal shooting. More importantly, at the time the tickets were bought, court documents showed that Durk instructed the OTF associate booking the flights not to book them under any names involved with him. Perhaps the most incriminating part of the entire plot is that on the day of the murder, Durk also flew to California in a private jet. Accompanied by one of the co-conspirators, Cal London Grant later that day bought ski masks and paid for the hotel rooms of the other hitmen using a credit card in Durk's name. Gathering all this evidence against Lil Durk and his OTF associates was no easy task, but court documents show the FBI was reportedly assisted by a snitch within OTF. The indictment revealed that the informant identified as OTF member Jam allegedly worked with the FBI for several years and even wore a hidden wire to gather evidence for the front. Authorities, through Jam's cooperation, the FBI obtained critical information about the murder for the higher plot. The revelation of this alleged betrayal has drawn significant attention from fans, many of whom haven't hesitated to share their opinions on the developing story, adding to the drama. A picture of Jam eating McDonald's during a police interrogation surfaced online, leading to more speculation and jokes about the situation. Reports state that Jam is currently serving a 12-year prison sentence for attempted murder, allegedly. Provided information to law enforcement while wearing a wire. The footage of Jam in the interrogation room eating McDonald's and glancing at the security camera was shared by DJ Academics, who encouraged his followers to caption the post. The footage quickly received numerous reactions from fans, with one user commenting, "Bro snitched on Durk for a Big Mac and fries." Just 2 days after this video was shared, another video surfaced showing OTF Jam wearing a wire around Lil Durk. The video captures Durk, Jam, and a few others in a dimly lit room, apparently speaking to another group on the phone while the others appeared relaxed and enjoying themselves. OTF Jam looked visibly disturbed and growing more restless as the video went on, as expected. The video generated several reactions from fans noticing Jam's suspicious behavior in the video. One user commented, "He's definitely moving suspect AF on here." SMH, another user, added, "Folks seem uncomfortable as T seems like he doesn't belong there. Really fidgety, he wasn't acting normal. I can tell you that, A." Third user speculated the Y was clearly in the jacket, probably too high to realize what he was doing, while fans continued labeling OTF as a snitch. Others pointed out that there was no concrete evidence to suggest Jam was the informant mentioned in the indictment. One user wrote, "There hasn't been one legitimate source that said he wore a wire or that he's the one who snitched. It's not in any indictment or official document. Y'all let these bloggers and podcasters gas y'all into fictitious narratives. Do better, my guy." Another group of fans suggested that Durk had brought his current situation upon himself with his words following L's murder. Interestingly, these fans weren't far off in their claims, as it was revealed that federal prosecutors were citing Lil Durk's lyrics in the criminal case, accusing him of ordering his OTF associates to murder Quando Rondo. In the amended charges brought against Lil Durk last month, prosecutors alleged that Durk had directly referenced the shooting in a 2022 song titled "Wonderful Wayne and Jackie Boy." The court document stated that after the attempted murder of Rondo and the death of Elu, Durk sought to commercialize Elo's death by rapping about his revenge on Rondo. The feds claimed that the lyrics in the track referenced a news clip filmed shortly after the shooting in which Rondo can be seen screaming "No, no" as he sees L's dead body being carried from the car. In the lyrics referenced in the indictment, Durk rap, "They got an AT, go go, got location, go go, green light, go 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 go, and look on the news and see your son." You screaming "No, no." While Lil Durk's lyrics may have caused him legal trouble, it was his bitter feud with Quando Rondo that ultimately led him down this dangerous path. Everything seemed relatively calm between Durk and Rondo as they were in different camps. Durk with his OTF crew and Rondo with NBA YoungBoy. However, after King Von's untimely death outside a nightclub in 2020, everything changed. Back in November 2020, King Val, who had a history of throwing shade at Quando Rondo, decided to escalate the beef by confronting him directly. The now deceased rapper allegedly started a brawl when he met Rondo at the Monaco Hookah Lounge on 255 Trinity Avenue. Police claimed that King Von's crew did not back down, and Quando Rondo sprang into action trying to defend himself against the attacks. They took the fight outside, and as expected in a gang altercation, gunshots rang out. Officers who responded to the violence reported that 3 people were injured and rushed to the hospital by ambulance, while 3 others were taken in private. The tragic death of King Von in 2020 set off a series of retaliatory events that continue to affect the lives of many involved, including rappers Lil Durk and Quando Rondo. The aftermath of King Von's death not only led to legal battles and public drama, but also escalated tensions within the hip-hop community. One key moment in this saga occurred when two men were arrested at the scene of the shooting. Among them was 22-year-old Timothy Leaks, known as Lil Tim. He was initially charged with the murder of King Von, but months later, the charges were dropped after prosecutors determined that Leaks had acted in self-defense. This acquittal was a blow to Von's supporters, and it further fueled Lil Durk's anger toward Quando Rondo, who had been involved in the altercation leading to Von's death. Durk's reaction to the legal outcome was swift and intense. He silently declared war on Quando Rondo, holding him responsible for the death of his close friend. This animosity quickly spiraled into an ongoing feud, one that severely impacted Rondo's career. Rondo, once a rising star, found himself facing constant public safety threats. These threats forced him to cancel performances and reassess his ability to perform freely. His career, which was on the rise, took a significant hit as the pressure from the violence and the public backlash grew unbearable. During this time, it was rumored that King Von's associates, including members of his OTF Only the Family crew, were behind the campaign to ruin Rondo's career. They allegedly purchased tickets to his shows with the intention of disrupting them, hoping to send a clear message. Amid the chaos, a message surfaced between Quando Rondo and Lil Durk that shed light on the personal toll the feud had taken. In the message, Rondo reportedly begged Durk to call off the beef. He expressed that the situation had escalated beyond control and that he was struggling financially because his ability to make money through performances was being blocked. Despite Rondo's plea, Durk remained unyielding and refused to back down. Durk denied any responsibility for the hate directed at Rondo, further intensifying the bad blood between the two. This message only deepened the divide, with both parties locked in a bitter standoff. Before the fallout that would forever alter his life, Rondo had openly expressed his deep and unwavering connection to Timothy Leaks, referring to him as his twin and describing him as a brother he would die for. This bond was more than just a casual friendship, it was a deep, familial relationship that Rondo held in the highest regard. However, the gravity of their friendship would come to bear tragically when Leaks fired the fatal shot that took the life of King Von. This event would not only mark a turning point in Rondo's life, but would also place him at the center of a deadly feud that would continue to escalate with each passing day. Leaks, who claimed that he shot Von in self-defense during a heated altercation outside a hookah lounge, had no idea that his actions would set off a chain of events that would forever change the course of his and Rondo's lives. Leaks stated that he fired the shot in order to protect Rondo, but what was initially seen as an act of self-preservation quickly transformed into the spark for a much larger and more dangerous conflict. The shooting of King Von, a respected figure in the music industry and a beloved member of the OTF Only the Family crew, sent shockwaves through the streets of Chicago and beyond, leading to a series of retaliatory actions that would leave Rondo and his associates trapped in a cycle of violence. To make matters even more complicated, Von's family and closest associates were determined not to let his death go unanswered. King Von's uncle, Range Rover Hang, a vocal member of Von's inner circle, appeared in an interview with Futures TV, where he made it clear that OTF would not back down from their feud with Rondo's camp. He warned that Rondo would not escape the consequences of taking the life of someone as irreplaceable as King Von. Range Rover Hang was unequivocal in his statement Von's death would not be swept under the rug and those responsible would pay for their actions. He further stated that Rondo's attempts to evade retribution would be futile as there were individuals in Von's circle who were determined to exact revenge no matter the cost. The tension continued to build as OTF members and King Von supporters vowed to hold Rondo accountable. The community around Von, including his fans and associates, became increasingly vocal in their demand for justice. Social media platforms became the battleground for the ongoing feud, with King Von's fans taking to the internet to express their outrage over his death. The hashtag Slide for Von emerged as a rallying cry for those who sought retribution, representing their desire to see Von avenged. Fans across various platforms urged Lil Durk, the leader of OTF and one of King Von's closest friends, to take action and retaliate against those who were responsible for the death of his brother. In 2022, one particularly outspoken tweet captured the growing frustration and impatience of King Von's fanbase. The tweet read, "Why hasn't Durk slid for V yet? If it was the other way around, V would." This statement was not only a question about the lack of immediate action, but also a reflection of the pressure that Lil Durk was facing from his fans to avenge his close friend's death. The sentiment expressed in the tweet echoed what many in the OTF camp were feeling, that King Von, had he been in Durk's position, would have already sought revenge for his fallen friend. Fans began to scrutinize Durk's every move, questioning his loyalty and commitment to avenging Von. This only added to the intensity of the situation as the expectation for retaliation reached a boiling point. As the feud between Rondo's side and OTF raged on, it became clear that this was no longer just a matter of personal conflict between two individuals. It had escalated into a larger, more dangerous battle with implications that affected entire communities. Rondo found himself not only facing the wrath of Von's inner circle but also the pressure from fans and supporters who were demanding justice. The bloodshed and the violence that followed only deepened the divide between the two sides, making it increasingly difficult for either party to back down. In the end, what started as a close bond between two friends, Rondo and Leaks, ended in a tragic loss of life and a cycle of violence that seemed impossible to escape. The connection between Rondo and Leaks, once a source of strength, had become a liability, and the tragic death of King Von would haunt both of them for the rest of their lives. The feud that followed would leave a lasting mark on the rap community, with fans, family, and friends all struggling to come to terms with the senseless violence that had claimed the life of one of their own. The situation remains volatile, with no clear resolution in sight. The animosity between Lil Durk and Quando Rondo continues to simmer, and both sides remain entrenched in their positions. The ongoing public and legal battles surrounding King Von's death and the ensuing feud are a stark reminder of the dangers and complexities that can arise when violence and revenge become part of the narrative in the hip-hop world. As the drama unfolds, both artists and fans alike are left to grapple with the consequences of these deep-rooted conflicts. Have slid the same year, King Von's verified Twitter account even made a post asking Lil Durk to slide for him, please. The following year, another fan tweeted, "It's been 3 years, he still hasn't slid for V yet." Initially, Lil Durk didn't seem to be influenced by the pressure from fans and tweeted that they were just looking for trouble. However, as time passed, he seemed to take the slide for Von comments more seriously and even rapped about it, claiming the fans were trolling him after his arrest. Fans dug up his interview with DJ Academics, where he subtly addressed the issue when asked about the slide for V comments. Durk said that they had left his radar. "You get triggered by the SL, be the ___ out of your little ass, what you talk about triggered by the slide from VCOM still." I don't know if people are still safe for some reason, I just don't see those comments anymore. At the time of the interview, Lil Durk's statement didn't carry much weight, but now with the serious charges against him, fans are seeing things differently. Lil Durk could have gone unnoticed by fans who thought he never sought revenge for Vow by targeting Quando Rondo because he had decided to turn his life around shortly before his arrest on August 18th. The rapper shocked everyone when he announced his conversion to Islam. He shared that he was leaving the life of feud and rivalry behind, stating, "Don't label me anything outside of a man, a father, and a 100% Muslim." On his Instagram, he clarified by saying, "I don't gangbang, I'm a Muslim. You can't do both, and I'm the one who will say it." Wasn't the first time Durk made headlines for surprising the rap world in 2022 amid the slide for value comments. He vowed to end the violence in his hometown of Chicago. In a Rolling Stone interview, he explained that he was focused on bringing the city together and eliminating the demons around him. He also declared that he would no longer mention names or talk about the dead in his music about a month before his arrest. Lil Durk expressed his belief in second chances, claiming his criminal record had been wiped clean. He tweeted, "Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background is wiped clean of all cases. I'm not a felon anymore despite facing serious charges." The rapper known as The Voice pleaded not guilty to the murder-for-hire conspiracy against Quando Rondo's cousin. His fans believed in his innocence and the Free Durk movement trended online. Durk's team capitalized on this by selling merchandise like Free Durk hoodies. As love for Durk continues to pour in, it may help him during his long road to freedom, depending on how the evidence plays out.